Okay, so now we're just gonna go jump right into episode 2, Broken Together. Really? Another sex dream? Ugh. I don't like these two. Or those two.
No. Is that a deal breaker?
Really, Meredith? This is kind of a lot. Don't you think?
That's a
Stop
lot.
judging me. I really can't. I can't.
Bring back Judgy Meredith every episode.
Do you dream vividly? Like so vivid you can feel how the dream felt in your
She's
whole
freaking
body?
out.
No, we haven't even said I love you yet. It is too soon.
Yeah! What the fuck is going on here?
Owen playing house.
It's a tough decision. I mean, you want somebody good, but not better than you, right? Like a solid substitute player, maybe plays half the game.
I'm sorry?
We all know what happens when LeBron's on the bench, right? The crowd goes, wow, MVP. You're LeBron. They want you back on the court as soon as possible. Not into basketball?
Now she got to rethink her whole strategy.
At least you can tell her to back up because you have Maggie.
Yeah, but you should just tell her you work, you know?
And what does that mean?
Like that you're married to your work.
I mean, but I'm not.
Come on, we all are. Just you are especially.
Excuse me?
Have you seen that
How about just turned around and walked away?
It's finished, so it's probably worth taking a little peek.
Can we talk? What happened to the honeymoon? What happened to your face?
I forgot sunscreen.
And I want to save the world.
His face.
I came back to ask you to create a fellowship for me so I can keep working on mini livers and this, mostly this, with you.
Give me an hour to get approval from Bailey.
She's like, give me an hour, I'll make it happen.
I'm here. I'm okay. I'm standing in a medical spaceship that you built for us to save lives, and the only one standing in the way of me saving hers is you. Please.
That's not quite the way you talk to Bailey, but
We can't because I already called them and told them no. I don't have a job anywhere.
well, damn it. Why'd you do that, Joe? So what exactly is that whole pressure chamber for anyways?
It work home. Thank you.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Nothing. I'm not
Because she has a crush on you.
Yep. And get her upstairs.
on it. Whatever you need, Dr. Gray.
I spent 35 years of my life falling for straight women.
I don't know what you mean.
Put me up to that thing and sit down. Let me save you from a whole life of misery.
Yep. Raise your hand if you can relate.
Wait, so your parents named you after two of the greatest figures of our time, both literary and historical, and you call yourself Link.
Right?
It's shorter. Is that why you proposed too?
What?
Because life is short, so you proposed. Seems a little sudden, but
Just
you
stop
know.
talking. You're get the feel.
Right.
I didn't propose.
I will shut up. Just irrigate the field.
She thinks I proposed.
Yep. I mean, yeah, I kind of did.
I'll find a way to get rid of the bike, okay?
Is he gonna take it?
Please.
What's happening?
I need out of here. What are you gonna call 10?
Time of death 1821. I need out.
Dr. Avery, we need to wait until the room is completely. Open the door. Stop an extreme red.
No! Open the door. Let me out. Now.
Can't open the door, dude.
The wait may be longer than it was before. It can be extremely difficult to
A
find.
match, I get it.
Mm.
How's Nisha?
Nisha's?
Is she...
Are you gonna get Nisha's heart?
Her injuries were severe, and they caused an infection. It spread rapidly.
Oh.
So sorry she didn't make it.
It's not your fault though. They always play this artist music.
I killed that girl. That baby girl. I don't want it. Just go. Just leave me alone.
It's not your fault though. I know it's hard.
You paged me to the bench.
He's gonna call it off.
I want the strings.
Or not.
I've always wanted the strings. So I guess the real question is, do you?
You better treat her right.
Are you drunk, Wilson?
Only mostly, but I did not do these drunk.
Why are you here?
It's my honeymoon.
She is gonna, I'm telling you, make her give you
You were right.
a fellowship.
About what? Joe Wilson's idea. It is full of marvel and wonder.
Where did you get the money?
I wrote a personal check, and I know I won't be sorry because I'm running it. Joe Wilson will be my fellow.
Oh.
You what, Joe Wilson? I saw it as an opportunity to invest in the future of medicine. So I suggested you do as I'm doing and go find yourself some joy. And if that doesn't work, take it up with the chief. Because that ain't me.
Who is it? Alex.
You're chief.
No idea why.
Ah,
You're chief?
I like it.
Interim chief. It's temporary. Oh, you sound like a jealous girlfriend.
Yeah.
A brilliant report to
I'm
Bailey,
liking
and
that.
I get to work in a fancy lab with cellular technology, and I get dark blue scrubs, which makes me better than you. And you.
For me.
You're a rough day. Glad to see you got sprung.
Thanks. Well, here, I can pay.
You'll get the next one.
Okay.
Why do we often run for the hills when we feel slightly?
Get it, glasses?
Love, though.
Oh.
I mean, if you like making a list of big things.
I'm really starting to like them.
I love you, Maggie.
I love you too.
Aww.
So, if you're still interested, have a seat. But most things are better when they're shared with someone else.
Okay.
What's her story? Worth a fluttered. Not unattractive.
A new doctor turns up the heat.
Are you asking me out? Yeah. Happy first day. It's your own chief. Are you Irish? No.
And the new chief faces the fire. If you take this job, you piss everybody off. You're going to lecture me. I train you. And now I'm your chief. And I want you out of this OR.
I mean,
Only Grey's Anatomy. Next Thursday.
I've always thought Richard had this complex to where he was chief originally in the series, so what he says goes. He's always had that complex. I like Richard, but that complex has got to go because he's no longer chief anymore. The season started off pretty great. We have been introduced to 2 new male doctors, which is a bummer. We got rid of 2 female doctors because something about their storylines and they couldn't adapt them anywhere, but yet we're gonna bring in 2 male actors, 2 male characters. I just don't get it. But I digress. Blink, I don't really care for him at the moment, as you kind of got from my reaction. Anytime he was on screen, he's barking up the wrong tree with Amelia. He'll be barking up the wrong tree with Maggie and with Joe and with Bailey and with Meredith. So it looks like besides the 2 other female interns and Meredith are the only 3 that I believe are single right now that are main characters on the show. So it looks like if he's going to pair them with anyone, it's probably going to be Meredith, and I don't like that. Meredith is too good for everyone because she's Meredith Grey. But I really liked her with Nick, who was on one episode last season, and it seemed to be the fandom liked it. Like, when I understand, like, when you're putting a character on, the actor has to be available for more than just one arc on a season, but you need to read your cues when you have actors. If an actor has chemistry with someone, put them together. If they don't, nix it and don't put them together. You need to read the chemistry. You need to read what the fans like, because they're the ones ultimately giving you the ratings. Oh, Teddy's also single, but she's got that whole tryst with Owen and Amelia, apparently the new love triangle, which, as I said at the beginning of the reaction, that I'm not here for that. I don't really like love triangles. I feel like they're lazy writing, and they're messy, and they just don't do anything for me. And especially when you have a guy like Owen, who doesn't even deserve one of the women, and now he's got two women. Technically, he will be having two women kind of vie over him, if that's kind of how the season's going to play out. So I'm not really here for that. But I do like Teddy on the show. I just wish they didn't have her pregnancy storyline. I wish they would have made her interim chief, because that would have been pretty interesting to kind of hire an outsider. She's not really an outsider in the past, but she is right now. She hasn't worked there in a few years. But Alex being interim chief is going to be interesting. He's actually come a long way. His character is probably the one that has the most character growth. Obviously, starting out episode 1, season 1, there's only 4 characters that are still on there. Bailey, Richard, Meredith, and Alex. And Alex's character has kind of matured the most, and it's not really come the most, because all the characters have been through a lot, but just him as a character from episode 1, who was this big douchebag that didn't care for anybody, and then now that he's married to this person, and he's married to Joe, and he actually cares about peds surgery, and you would never expect him to go into peds, but he did, and he's good at it, and I am going to enjoy seeing him be chief, or interim chief, and people listening to him for a change. It's going to be a nice pace. Like I said, I did miss Arizona and April. You definitely could feel them not there. I got so excited to kind of see Arizona in this episode, and then I had forgotten for a minute, and then I was like, oh wait, she's not on anymore, and then I kind of got sad for a bit. So that's how this whole season's gonna be. Then we're in for a ride. So right now I plan on reacting to the whole season, so we'll see how it goes. If it starts to be male dominant storylines, which I'm not here for, but the romance between Glasses and his hard-eyes doctor may keep me around. So we'll see about that. And then it looks like Hellmouth is gay or bisexual as well, so bringing her in a love interest would be nice. So it looks like Grey's Anatomy has 2, 3, 4, 5 characters on the LGBT spectrum, whether it's transgender, gay, bisexual, lesbian. So even though they have 5 characters, it looks like there's kind of a romance budding between Glasses and his hard-eyes doctor. There's some undertones with Hellmouth, but nothing's really came into fruition with that. And Karina and Arizona were together last season for a little bit. And then I believe the guy, the transgender guy that's in the army, I forget his name on the show. They only touched that kind of once and they let it go. And I applaud them using a transgender actor as a transgender character, but when you literally mention it for 20 minutes in one episode, it's not really doing it justice. So I really hope they are able to develop him more of a storyline. Same goes with Hellmouth. I know they're just interns and there's a lot of people on the show, but don't just put members of LGBT on there just to check a box or a quota. We just need to see more develop within those characters. So that's going to wrap up this reaction. Like I said, 1503 will be delayed because I won't be able to watch it on Saturday because I will be at home visiting my family. And then 1504 will be delayed as well because I will be attending a Winona Earp convention that weekend as well. So they will be a bit delayed each week, but they will be up. I will have them reacted to. If anything changes, I will let you know. But until next week, bye.